We're going to do a cold start video on this CLK. Engine's cold. I would go put my fingers on the headers, but they're kind of tucked in there. But valve cover works. Hasn't been started in a few days. So let's go ahead and give it a crank. No smoke or anything at the tailpipes. When these get higher in the mileage, they'll have little puffs of blue burning smoke. This one doesn't have that because it's low miles. There we are. Hey guys and gals, we're going to do a quick walk around on this 2007 Mercedes-Benz CLK63 AMG with a bunch of Rentec goodies on it. This is a very cool special car. We're honored to host it. And yeah, it's a very, very clean example. And all the Rentec stuff makes it a clean, rare, special example. So we'll kind of start at the front. But we can see that the headlights are nice and clear. Usually these will get kind of foggy and cataract with UV damage over time. You do have nice, clean OEM fog lights down here. These will get sandblasted on higher mileage cars, and these are nice. So we do have PPF on the front. And someone is probably going to point out this little mark. There's a little bit of dirt under it, but that is PPF. It's not paint damage or anything. So we have PPF on the bumper, PPF on the quarter panels, on the hood, and I want to say that's it. Oh, and on the mirror caps. But yeah, it kept the car looking very, very nice. Did a very good job protecting it. And the paint does meter original. You'll see the paint meter readings on all the PPF panels are going to be like between 12 and 11 mils. That's just the PPF. But yeah, we'll go down the side here. There's no dents, no scratches. It's just a really clean example. A lot of these CLKs get beat up, and the AMGs are just very rare. So it's cool to see this in a very well preserved example. But we have Michelin's on here. I think these are PS4s. Nope, they're Pilot Super Sports on the rear. And I want to say they're Pilot Super Sports on the fronts. And yeah, they're all in good shape. The tires are nice and healthy. These wheels like to get corrosion on all the polished surfaces here. And this looks like it's all original and happy and healthy. But you'll see that corrosion happen on these 5-spoke AMG wheels of this era. All of them are nice. Go around this side. There's a lot of pictures in the gallery of each wheel, so feel free to take a look at that. Yeah, the wheels are in really, really pretty shape. Cool, so we have, I always like to see this on local Georgia cars. The little AMG private lounge, got a sticker of one of those on my AMG, and kind of like a badge of honor around here. We do have the windows down. We do have original glass. There is tint on both windows. I believe this is tint free. No, this got some tint on it. Go in here. I mean, it's all nice. It's a very pleasant example. And yeah, the rear, you do have the smoked reverse lights. Came to the factory. AMG exhaust. And you do have a optioned carbon fiber spoiler. All right, we're gonna go to the engine bay real fast. There we go. So here we are. 6.2 liter M156 quad cam engine. This is the first full engine, top to bottom, that was designed by AMG. Very special power plant. Stock, these came with 507 horsepower. CLK's had a little bit less than that stock, but That's what the sedans had and the 507s. But yeah, so let's kind of take a quick tour of here. We do have the Rentec carbon fiber air intake. This is a cool piece, and it looks stunning. It's in great shape. But yeah, you can see the valve covers are nice. These are the magnesium valve covers here. They did switch over to plastic in later iterations. But yeah, these are known to kind of rot because it's magnesium, kind of like the intake as well. But these are in really good shape, and yeah, you have the correct cap on here too. You see all the QC marks on the ABS system. It's a very, very buttoned down engine bay. You do have a hood pad as well. It's in good shape. But yeah, you'll have a Rentec ceramic coated headers as well. So it gives a really nice note, and they are it is a performance modification. It does add power. So cool. That's the engine bay. We're gonna start it up, and I'm gonna operate the soft top so you guys can see that that function does work. Then we'll kind of take a tour of the interior. Car starts up. Seatbelt extenders work. This one's not going to work just yet because the door's open. There we go. So we're just going to operate the top. It does work faultlessly. It's pretty decently simple in the CLKs, which is nice. It's not like an R230, R231, or R129. And then all your windows go up, and obviously you can see the tinting here. So I'm gonna operate the windows. They are one touch for the front. Cool. Let's do a quick interior tour. I'm gonna get out of it real fast and kind of walk around it. I'm gonna leave the car idling. But very pretty black interior with your grill walnut on all the surfaces. You do have an orthopedic driver's seat, and yeah, you get your cup holder, and there's some stuff in here, more cup holders there. You do have climate control in the rear, and this is a Harman Kardon system. You do have an updated head unit, which is nice for modernization. You do have heated seats, which do work on both sides, which is nice to have in a cab. No aero lights or anything. Engine mounts feel really good. The car sits very, very smoothly at idle. You do have the very deep bolsters and a really nice nappa leather on these cars. You do have really good rear seat room too. It's definitely a 2+2, which I like about CLKs. And yeah, all the seat functions work. Saw the headrest working a second ago, but then we'll work that though. And you do have the nice AMG door sills. One of my favorite parts is the bubbles here, and then you do have the roll bars that pop up during an accident. So innovation done on the A124, which is really cool. There's your seat functions. Headrest. Yeah, there's really not a lot to nitpick on the cars, but it's super clean. There's your seatbelt extender working. A lot of these, like I said, get beat up. Most of them, like the 320s and the 550s and 350s you see rolling around, are all clapped out at this point. This is a very well preserved example. Cool. Well, that's a basic tour of the car, good walk around video. And yeah, let's go drive this. That's the best part. Hey guys, we're gonna do a driving video. This is gonna be the best part about the car, is getting behind the wheel and driving it. Yeah, because all the Rentec stuff is pretty much, it's all performance. There's really not a lot of aesthetics. I think really they just did the rear trunk spoiler and spacers for the rear wheels. I think they have 15mm spacers. But yeah, so let's start with the exhaust first. They've got it's a custom exhaust on here. I saw some Magnaflow mufflers in the rear mixed with some very beautiful piping as well, and very well done. It's very subtle sounding, and you also have the Rentec headers up front that are ceramic coated, and that adds a bunch of power, and it also adds a lot of engine feel to the car. It's got a lot of more texture and feedback. It's very pleasant. So let's see here. We're gonna stick this into manual mode so I can just control the gears a little bit better. This is not my car, so I'm not gonna be flogging the thing, but I'll be driving it as an AMG should be driven. But you get the really heavy steering that's very pleasant and direct and accurate. There's a lot of feedback through the steering wheel. It is a hydraulic rack and pinion system. And this car, I believe the dyno charts, I might have to correct myself, was putting out about 560 horsepower right to the wheels. There's a lot of walkers out here today too. I want to be conscientious of them enjoying their beautiful Atlanta day. But yeah, the Super Sport's super grippy. Car just comes alive past 3,000 RPM. Get the big floating two-piece rotors on here, and the really nice AMG calipers that are painted in silver. It's a really pretty piece. We'll go over some bumps here so you can feel the suspension, or I guess hear the suspension. There's nothing wrong with the suspension. It's very tight. These like to blow out thrust arms, and you'll hear some creaking up front when you get those becoming an issue. But this car is very good. God, it's snappy off the line. So this car does have a limited slip differential. We did test it. I think I have a picture on my phone somewhere of us confirming that it is one and drawing 11s on pavement. It does draw 11s very easily and very well. It sounds really good with the top down. The gearbox is actually pretty responsive. 722.9, very tough gearbox. Pairs really well with an M156. Downshifts are pretty crispy. They're pretty quick too for a Mercedes gearbox. Yeah, we'll take a right here. Yeah, the M156 is a very special engine. With the Rentec modifications, it really wakes it up. There's a lot more low-end torque down low compared to a stock 156. And yeah, the top end feels just as maniacal as a stock one, but plus some obviously. But yeah, you guys, this is a really nice car. I mean, you can see the steering wheel, all the leather. It's not all shiny. These get really shiny with use. And the buttons are nice and satin. It smells good in here. It smells like a low mileage AMG 209. So you get that nice Napa leather smell. It's very nicely equipped, and it's been very well taken care of as well. Yeah, those shifting through the gears, we're gonna just put it in comfort mode. That's what's good about this car, is its Jekyll and Hyde nature. And it becomes a Grand Tourer, other than the M156 Burble. I'm hoping the GoPro picks it up, but it sounds very good on the exterior. Yeah, we're gonna set at a red light here for a moment. We do have the heat on. I think we can lower that. The air conditioning system does work. So that was on high all the way. We're gonna lower it all the way down, put the AC on, and I'll let you know what I feel here in a second. It's starting to get cooler already. I think it's 62 out right now and sunny, so it'll be very easy to tell when the AC compressor kicks on. I know a lot of enthusiasts are going to want the coupe, but I think the cab is a very slept on specification for a 209, especially with this engine. They're super rare, first of all. And second of all, it's top-down motoring with a Rentec M156, so you get to hear all of the mechanical burbly, and this engine's got a lot of character to it. And with the headers and the exhaust work, you actually get to hear them. These are pretty quiet stock until you really get on it in the upper RPMs. But you get to hear this. The engine's ever present in this Cabriolet form. It's really good. There we go. It is blowing ice cold air now. The Michelin Pilot Super Sports are very nice. This car makes a ton of rear wheel horsepower. It's hard to put it down, especially in a car this light with not a lot of weight in the rear end, but the tires hook up. That's very impressive. And we have an underpass here. There's a school bus in front of us. I'll see what I can do, but we're at 3,200 RPM, and I'm gonna nail it here in a second. That's really good. It screams. It really does scream. It's awesome. It's got a really good voice to it. It's not like, cammy and burbly like an American V8. This has this is back in the day when all the Germans were putting out high revving, naturally aspirated engines. You had BMW with their V10, and Mercedes was they had the supercharged M113K for a while, and they finally went to this because everyone was, Mercedes was the only one using boost on these high performance cars. Audi was using their high revving V8. You had BMW with their high revving V8 and V10s, and Mercedes was like, hey, let me do that, because Formula One had high revving V8s back in the day here. This was the golden age in these engines, in my opinion, and yeah, we're beyond that now. Everything makes 1,000,000 horsepower and is turbo and has zero character. This is a really special car and a very special engine built by AMG. And what I really like about the M156 is, yes, this one has a bunch more torque low end compared to the stock versions, but if you're driving around in a bi-turbo later engine, like a M157 or even a M113K or an M113, it's a lot of torque down low. The car's very aggressive down low, but this is like a motorsports derived engine where it makes all the power up top, so you don't really get frustrated in traffic. I don't like driving really aggressive cars when I always have someone in front of me. This is a very pleasant drive in traffic. It makes these very daily usable cars. Alright, we're gonna close it out here. If you have any questions, please leave them in the YouTube comments or in the auction comments. Either one works. We'll see them and get around to them. And yeah, overall, this is a very clean car, very special car with very low production numbers, and the Rentec modifications makes it even rarer. This was very expensive to do back in the day, and to find these modifications, aftermarket or on eBay for you know, an LSD or even a carbon airbox, you're not going to find it. They don't exist. People bought these and they're hanging on to them. These are very rare, in period, reputable, you know, tuner bits. Rentec was started by the guy that built the hammers back in the 80s. So he knows what he's doing. Anyways, very cool car, and it's a very good condition, and we're going to close it off there. Thanks for watching, guys.